Hi, everybody. Welcome to our class. This is Chem 1120, Introductory Chemistry. And I need to put it in student view so you can see what your screen will look like. There we go. So when you get to our class, whoops. Access denied. My bad. There we go. So when you get to your home page in Canvas, this is what your page looks like. It says the name of the course. It's got this pretty picture. And this is kind of your diving board. This is where you start. This right here is a description of the class and what we're going to learn this semester. These links are here for you to navigate between modules quickly if you would like. I would just spend a little bit of time just kind of clicking around and familiarizing yourself. This course is broken up into 4 units. Canvas calls them modules, module, unit, same thing. So if you see module or you see unit, just know that they mean the same thing. All right, module 1, same thing as unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, and unit 4. Okay, so here's our start here button, syllabus, announcements, and the modules. The modules are the units. Okay, here's information about me and what I look like. All right, so let's go to the announcements tab. I will post information here. And here's information about Remind, which is a really handy feature. I know so many students just can't stand checking their email. It takes too much time or it's just inconvenience or whatever. Well, here's a solution for that. And this is called Remind. You may have used this in some of your other courses. All you have to do is go to this link and that'll enroll you in the class. Then you just enter your phone number and now you can text me your question, any question you want. And I forgot to put it in here, but I can add that. My office hours for answering those questions are until 5 p.m. Eastern every day. So if you send me a message at 11 o'clock at night, I will respond to you in the morning. The one thing that I really request though, is that if you text me, because you're texting me, I don't know who you are. I don't have any information about that. All I get is your message. So please make sure that you tell me your name and the name of your class when you send me a text, because otherwise it'll be very difficult for me to figure out who you are and what you're trying to ask. And just so you know that I can't see your phone number. You can't see mine, so both of us keep our privacy. And again, if you have any questions, you can still email me. A lot of students don't like to check email though. They'd rather use texting. So Remind is a nice feature for you if you don't like doing if you don't like doing email. All right. Here's where you go to see the syllabus. Oh, that's not correct. It looks kind of funny. All right, we'll get back to the syllabus. I'll show you where to get to that in a minute. Let's do this. Click your modules button. This takes you back to that start here. Here's some information about me. This is just some basics about the course. Just kind of, I'll let you read over that on your own. These are the requirements, you know, in terms of like what internet kind of capabilities you're going to need. Obviously, in an online class, you'll need access to the internet, and you'll need reliable access to the internet. Here are some resources for Canvas. So if you have troubleshooting kinds of problems, you can check this out. If something's not displaying correctly, if something's not loading correctly, just go to this Canvas resources button and that should help you. If you run into a Canvas problem, like you're taking a test and there's no question number 3, that sort of thing, we can work out on a Canvas IT site type problem too. This is a discussion board where you can introduce yourself and that sort of thing. All right, so now moving on. This course is broken up into 4 modules. Modules are the same things as units, okay? So in the syllabus, I use the word unit. In Canvas uses the word module, but please note that module equals unit. They are the exact same thing. So unit 1 is weeks 1 through 5. Here's an overview of what you're going to do in week 1. It just tells you, okay, these are the things you're going to learn. Here are my learning objections for you on what you should learn in this unit. Here's the checklist of the things that you should do. These things I'm not going to give you a grade for, like I can't grade you watching a lecture or problems or reading notes. Here are the things that you will get graded for. So you can click this button and it'll take you straight to the syllabus quiz. You may use the syllabus to take this syllabus quiz. It's intended to be open note. Okay, that syllabus quiz, I want you to use the syllabus because that is my way of seeing that you've actually read the syllabus. Okay, everything else, all the other notes, all the other quizzes, you can't use anything on them other than the reference page. But for the syllabus quiz, please use the syllabus so that way I know that you've looked at the syllabus. Here are your first two labs. Lab 1, scientific method, lab 2, chemical and physical changes. The homeworks are in mastering chemistry, which I'll show you how to get to in just a second. Elements quiz, that is closed book. That is not, you're not allowed to use any notes or anything on that. Quiz 1, again, closed. You can't use anything on it. It gives you instructions. It says you can use the reference page and a calculator, and that's it. When you're ready, you take the quiz button. And that's how it would look for any quiz. And then exam 1, again, when you're ready, take it, but no book, no notes, no nothing. The only thing you can use is the calculator and your reference page. And notice that when you take an exam, you've got 3 hours. So if you are still working on that exam and 3 hours and 1 second lapses, it will not accept a grade for you. You will automatically get a 0. So if you are taking an exam, please, 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 please watch your clock. And I'm pretty sure it has a timer somewhere on your screen. You can adjust where that timer is if it's in your way, but make sure you watch that timer. The quizzes are not timed, so you don't have to worry about, hurrying through a quiz, but 3 hours is plenty time to take this exam. Notice it's only 36 questions. So you can take 36 question exam in 3 hours. And it calls it a quiz, even if it's an exam. So don't let that throw you off. All right, where were we? We were at home. And we were in module 1. So here, that was the overview. These are the things that are not going to get a grade. It's called a learning activity. That means that there's no grade for it. So module 1, readings and content. These are the files. These are notes that I have made. Okay, so these are the elements that you need to learn. So you download this file. It tells you these are the elements you need to learn, their names and their symbols. That's what elements quiz number 1 is going to be about. It'll be, element blank has the symbol Ca, and then you would fill it in. Here are the notes on measurement, the notes on density, the notes on sig figs, matter. All these are notes. And I wrote these notes. Okay, these aren't notes that just came from a textbook or something. I personally wrote those notes, so they go along with my lectures. So here are my lectures. What I have done over the years is I have just recorded myself when I was giving these lectures on campus. And so you're actually watching a live, well, it was live at the time, it's not live anymore, but it was a live lecture given to actual students, and those students asked questions and all that stuff. So it was kind of like you were there. And so you can either watch it right here in Canvas, or if you want to copy the link, you can watch it on YouTube as well. So you've got that option. So these are all the lectures. Anytime you see a lecture, notice the lectures are quite long because these were on-campus lectures. And then you scroll down here towards the bottom. Let's pretend that you are not wanting a full lecture. You go to these videos. These are shorter videos. So maybe you just want to review for a test. You're like, you know what? I don't need to watch that whole lecture again. I just want to review how to do my unit conversions. This is a video, sample problem, 5 minutes long. Or maybe you have a question about significant figures. Okay, well, there's a short video about significant figures. So if you don't want to rewatch an entire lecture, I've got some short little videos that I've made on here that are just miniaturized videos that take example problems. These are me doing a couple little experiments that go along with it, electron configurations, all that good stuff. So the videos are really useful. They are real lectures from real students. See, you can't see anyone's faces, but proof that there were real students there for those lectures. And then down here, these are the practice problems. These are not graded, okay? This is for your benefit only. I will never know if you actually do them. I can see if you've downloaded them, but obviously I can't come to your house and look to see if you've done them, right? All I can see is whether or not you've downloaded them. These are practice problems that are just for you, and they either have the answers as part of the problem or it's a separate file. But I really recommend doing these. I really, really recommend doing it, because the best way to prepare for an exam is to practice. And if you don't practice, you won't know what you still need to know about. It's taken a long time to load, so we'll worry about that later, but try those practice problems, okay? Please, 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 please. That's really gonna help you prepare for an exam. So we're back at module 1. Let's see, here we were. Those are the things that are ungraded. These are the things that are graded. So Canvas likes to call something that has a grade attached to it a deliverable. I guess because you're delivering it to me for grading. So again, here's how you could get to that syllabus quiz. There's the lab scientific method. And so here are the files to do that. Here's a handout on how to write a lab report. You're going to be writing a lab report. And then here's the list of the materials that you're going to need. Okay, you're going to have to purchase these materials. These are 99% things that you probably already have in your home. If you don't have these items, they are easily purchased at a grocery store. So we're not talking about really, really expensive stuff. We're talking about really straightforward. Here are the materials you need to buy. Ta-da! And then here are the things that you probably already have. Okay, so that's all you'll need to purchase for lab for this semester. It is called kitchen chemistry, so that it's limited just to things that are in your kitchen. So when you're ready to do your first lab, click the button, Lab 1, Scientific Method. And this is the handout on how to write a lab report. You're going to do the experiment, Lab 1, Scientific Method. Here it is. Here are your instructions. Here's what to do. There's a data table, so you can make your own data table, or you can, just copy and paste mine. And then here's how you write the report. I want your name, the title, introduction, predictions, procedure, your data table. From here, you can just copy and paste. Pictures, so you can take those pictures on your phone. And then a conclusions paragraph. And then here's the rubric on how I'm going to grade your lab report. And I'm going to use the exact same rubric for all 12 experiments. So every single time I grade one of your labs, make sure that you have an introduction. Make sure you tell me what your predictions are. Your predictions don't have to be right. You just have to make a prediction, right? That's just, what do you think is going to happen? Make sure your experiment report has the procedure in it and steps, like a cookbook. Make sure your lab report has a data table. Make sure your lab report has pictures, and make sure that your lab report has a conclusions section of what went wrong, what would you do better in the future. And it's always going to be graded using this rubric. So it's very easy to predict what your grade's going to be, because I'm always going to be using the exact same rubric. So you just download your instructions, you do the procedure, you write your report, and then, oh, there it is. When you're ready to upload it, hold on. I meant to do that. Go to Lab 1. When you're ready to submit it, hit Start Assignment, and it'll take you to a page where you upload your file. So you just click, choose your file, hit Submit, and it'll submit it for grading. All right. And again, this is the rubric that I'm going to be looking for. So I just check. So make it easy for me, man. If you want a good grade, these are the things that are going to give you a good grade. You may submit your assignments early. You can submit things as early as you want, but you may not submit an assignment late. So make sure that you are submitting your assignments on time. I'm not sure why the syllabus button isn't showing the syllabus. So let me quickly pull up the syllabus. Okay, I want to share you this syllabus. Share. So I will make sure that it's looking correct on Canvas in a minute. As soon as we're done with this video, I'll go fix that. I'm not sure why the Canvas isn't showing the syllabus, but this is the syllabus for our course description, outcomes for the course, supply list, mastering chemistry. We'll talk about that in a second. Your kitchen chemistry materials, I already talked about that. Here's your textbook options. You can read over this. You can either have no textbook and find a free one online. You can buy an e-text when you buy Mastering Chemistry, or you can go buy the actual hard copy book. There's the information on that. You're also going to need a calculator. Just a reminder that this is an online course. So I'm expecting you to have reliable internet access, and you can always come to the library if you need library for the internet. And like I just said, you can submit your work early, but not late. Well, how do you know when your stuff's due? That's here in the syllabus. Here are the due dates. It's on page, what page is this? 6. Unit 1 is due here. Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. And now this breaks down what to do. So this is what you would do to learn the material. These are the textbook sections. These are the lectures to watch. These are the notes. I've just gone over all that, so I know it's a little bit redundant. Here are the practice problems. And now what do I do to turn in? These are the labs. These are the homework sets. These are the quizzes, and there's the exam. So we've talked about everything other than mastering chemistry so far. So let's just finish going over the syllabus really quickly, and then we can jump back over to mastering chem. So like I said, exams and quizzes, Canvas calls everything a quiz, even if it's an exam. So don't let that throw you off. Exams have a deadline and a time limit of 3 hours. Everything is due at 11:59 p.m. Central Time, the day it's due. So if you start taking a test at 11:56, it's going to kick you out at 11:59.59 because once it hits midnight, you're done. Okay, you'll be considered late. So please, 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 please start your exam in enough time that you've got enough time to finish it. Don't wait until the very last second. And you only get one submission for an exam and a quiz. So here's how you take an exam and quiz. We just talked about that. We talked about lab. We talked about the lecture videos. There is extra credit available in Mastering Chemistry. Here are some policies for you to read over, academic dishonesty and accommodations and all that good stuff. Here's kind of the amount of time per week you should spend on the course, watching videos, mastering chem. You know, this is what I assume that the average student would do. So kind of use this as a benchmark for yourself of how much time should I budget this week. Here's some questions I get most commonly asked. How do I get help from Mastering Chemistry? Here's a page for them. Also, if you are waiting on financial aid for Mastering Chemistry to come through, for financial aid, you can get a 2-week free trial to Mastering Chemistry. So if you're waiting on a scholarship or Pell Grant or whatever, you can go into Mastering Chemistry and get that first 2 weeks for free. Here are some student support services, retention and learning skills center and library and financial aid. All of these are really great resources for you. So the very last thing we need to talk about is Mastering Chemistry. And how do you do that? Make sure that you're doing this in Canvas, okay? If you do this in or outside of Canvas, it won't work. You need to do it in Canvas. So let's go back to Canvas. Go to this button right here that says My Lab and Mastering. If you have used a Pearson product before, then you can use that same username. Like if you took, My Math Lab or Mastering Physics or one of those other Pearson products for a different course, and you still have that same username and that same account, you can use that same account again. All you need to do is just pay for this semester. And so you open My Lab and Mastering. It will prompt you through the process of, you click all the buttons to agree to the terms and blah, 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 blah. Now, if you're waiting on financial aid and you need to get a temporary access to Mastering Chemistry, this will give you a 2-week access to Mastering for free. Right here in the syllabus. If you are not ready to pay now, waiting for financial aid, you can click this Get Temporary Access at the bottom of the page. And then when you are able to pay for it because your financial aid's come through or whatever, then you just click this button and it'll help you to turn it from temporary access to full access. When it asks for your course ID, that is found in the syllabus. Okay, that's right here in Mastering Chemistry. It's right here. The syllabus, that's the course name that they're talking about when it says enter your course ID. And for the most part, students don't have problems registering for Mastering Chemistry, but if for some reason you run into an issue, you can send me a message and we will get you straightened out. So I'm pretty sure that's it. Mastering Chemistry, make sure you do it through Canvas by clicking this button. If you go to masteringchemistry.com, that won't work. My username doesn't work on that website. You have to do it through Canvas so that it automatically updates your grades in Canvas. And that's the other thing is if you ever want to see what your grade is, just click this button right here. It'll take you to your grade and it'll show your grades up to date for everything that's been graded. So lab reports, I manually grade those, but everything else is automatically graded. So if you take a quiz, it'll automatically grade it and it'll put your grade in here in the grade section. If you do a master in chemistry, it'll automatically grade it and it'll put your grade right here. Like I said, the only thing that I manually grade is the lab, and I grade all the labs at the time that they are due. So if the lab isn't due until February 3rd and you turn it in on January 9th, great, but I won't be able to grade it until they're all turned in. Okay, I think that's it. And I'm looking forward to our semester together. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And I'm looking forward to working with you. Have a good day. Bye.